Hello everyone, welcome to this channel, and today I am going to make this video for those who have just passed the higher secondary examination and are looking to get admitted to colleges to pursue their graduation. And I am making this video to give you some advice after that you have passed the HS. You need some kind of tips so that you don't make any mistakes. So first of all, congratulations that you have passed the higher secondary examination. Now, do not panic if you have if you haven't got a very satisfying result. Do not be over jubilant that you make mistakes. So just keep steady and think about what you are going to do or planning to do on the upcoming in the upcoming days. So first of all, you need to decide. I think you have already decided that there are some subjects that I want to learn, particular subjects. So you have a preference there, and now you have to decide after looking at the mark sheet and everything, how you have performed in the last examination. Now you can decide that what you prefer to study. First of all, make your preference very clear to you, that you make it very clear to you that you are not being biased by others' opinions. I mean, do not get biased by others' opinions, that my friend is taking that subject, I should take that also, or my family is pressurizing me to take this particular subject, or everybody is saying that this particular subject has a future, so called. Do not get this kind of words provoke you to make a mistake. Only you can know what is the right subject for you, what you like, what you want to read, what you want to do in your life. So, depending on that preference, first make a choice that I want to read this particular subject, I want to study this particular subject, this particular book. And if there are more than one choices, that can also be true in some cases, that some of us like to prefer, this is my first choice, this is my first preference as a subject, and this is my second preference as a subject. So you can have that kind of a list of preferences also. But what you need to do now is that you need to, if you haven't done it already, you need to look at the books of that subject. Get some PDF or get some books from some seniors, and just go through it and look at the subject and ask yourself that, am I being bored or not? If I am not being bored but rather interested, yes, this is hard to grasp, yes, this is a new thing, this is more complicated, more complex than what I have gone through in the past years, but am I interested in this subject? Looking at the book, looking at the text that is in front of me, am I still interested? Or am I bored or awestruck looking at the complexity and etc.? If you are not bored or if you are not frightened, then it is a good subject for you. Only you can do this test, number one. Then after making this decision, remember this decision must not be a bad decision, because choosing a wrong subject, making a wrong decision will ruin your future forever. Perhaps you will not succeed or do a very satisfying job while studying a subject that you don't want to study, that you don't wish to study or don't like at all. Perhaps that will lead you to a very bad mark sheet, and it will make you suffer throughout your career. Or rather, perhaps you are a brilliant student who can get good marks even without loving a subject. Then you get good marks and then you get a good job depending on that academic career, but you will never be happy. So happiness is important. That is what life is for. I mean, life is altogether meaningless unless you are happy. So you need that happiness, and for that, this is the last time that you are going to make a to proper decision about your academic career. Because when you took a particular stream in 11 and 12, after the secondary examination, it was mostly the first chance of taking a decision. It was mostly pressurized by family and friends, and it was a decision taken in the more or less immature age. Now it is the last time you are given the option that let's take a decision for the final time. Do you wish to continue this stream, or are these particular subjects that you took in class 11, are these particular subjects still your favorites? So these are the questions that are being asked now. You should answer this and you should make a right decision. Okay, so next you should study those books, some books, like, of course I know that there is a situation going on, a new policy is coming, and especially if we talk about Bengal, then we are not even sure what is going to be in the next few days or few months, because you are so it is so sad to look at you as students that you do not have the opportunity that we had to know. Before having the result, we knew that what kind of course is there in front of us, how many papers, what kind of question patterns, what kind of syllabus are we going to face if we take a particular subject or a particular course. We knew that in our time. But today you don't even know that whether the course will be a 3-year course or a 4-year course. You don't know what will be the structure of the syllabus, the question pattern. You don't know nothing. You don't, you are totally clueless, and the responsible people are saying that you have time. Instructions will be given in time. But you are clueless. I know that. Directionless, and that is very sad to look at. Anyway, so what you should do is study some core topics of that subject. Like, if you are going to study English literature, you know that Shakespeare will be taught, right? If you are going to study biology, you know that Darwin is going to be taught. Darwin will be there in the syllabus. It is a core topic, in that subject. So you know what are the core topics, or you should ask your senior students, what are the core topics that I should learn, I should focus on for this time, and they will tell you. So then focus on those topics and get a grasp of what is going on in these books. Okay, what is there to are these things very complicated? Are these things boring? That is the question you ask to yourself. Okay, if you are still interested, then it's good. So for example, if you are hoping to take English literature as your subject, I would like to tell you to study books like Abrams' Literary Terms. Just go through, read 2 or 3 terms that look easy to you, or known terms to you, like a sonnet or a poem or a tragedy. Look these terms, just easy terms, just 5 or 10 terms, and look at the book. get a grasp of what is going on in literature, what is going on with literary terms. So Abrams' Literary Terms is the first book. The second book should be W.J. Long or Routledge's History of English Literature, and the third book should be Rhetoric and Prosody by the publisher Orient Black Swan. It's a blue colored book with a picture of Keats's Autumn on the cover. So these three books, whatever the syllabus be, whatever the changes be, these three things will be there. As long as you study English literature, you will need to study these things in whatever format, in whichever year, it doesn't matter, but you will have to carry these. So these are compulsory things, so even if they are not mentioned in the syllabus, suppose rhetoric is in third year in the current syllabus, in the current structure, CBCS structure, rhetoric is taught in the third year, perhaps in some universities. That doesn't mean that you don't have to know about the rhetorics earlier, because whenever you appreciate a particular text, you need to know about it. You need to know about the figures of speech. So naturally, it is a topic that is required all the time. So if you study it, there is no loss. Just begin that kind of a study. That kind of an overall idea will be helpful for you in future. So you won't lose much of the time, because I am telling you this because you don't have a syllabus in front of you. You don't have a proper idea what is going to be. The universities are also clueless. They haven't decided anything yet, and the result is published now. Students are of course clueless. So anyway, you don't have to make mistakes. You don't have to waste time waiting for the decisions. Now the result is in your hand, and the mark sheet, and you have to apply. Okay, you have to apply in different institutions. Now I would suggest you that now that you have an idea of what subject you are willing to take, apply anywhere and everywhere you can. Do not avoid any chance that can be there, that can be possible, that can come to you. Apply anywhere and everywhere. Whatever happens. Now the lists will be published, the names will come there. You of course you have to make a preference in your mind, or you can write it down that this college is my first preference, this one is my second preference, this one is my third preference, and so on and so forth. So you can write this down, and when the lists are published, you just according to your preference, you can make a decision. Now about making that decision, I am going to give you some advice. Like, what do you look at when you are choosing a college or an institution? Most of the people, they look at the environment. The guardians, they look at the environment. While if you are going to submit a form offline, or if you go there, you look at the environment. What kind of environment it has? Number one thing, it is a common thing. Then if you are applying online, and even if you are applying offline, you look at the faculty, the number of teachers and their qualifications and everything, big names. That list of names matter a lot to you, but I am suggesting something different. Why? You will understand afterwards. You see, the name of big colleges, they matter a lot, no doubt. I mean, if you can go to Presidency, Jadavpur, or Bethune, Brabourne, these names are these are the high towers. Okay, so These are big names, no doubt. But all of us are not going to get a chance in those high towers. There are other colleges, other institutions, and I am only talking about government aided colleges, not about private colleges. I have no experience about that particular sector, so I won't talk about that. Specifically, you generally look at the faculty members. I will tell you to look at the distance from your home to your college. If the college is a great college, a great institution, good name, good faculty, good library, everything, then the distance is a second thing to look at. But if it is just another college, just because it is situated in Calcutta doesn't mean it is a very good college, that it has it conducts regular classes, it has responsible teachers. It doesn't mean that. I am not taking any name of any colleges, but there are more colleges with in Calcutta where politics is more important than studying. There are numerous colleges. There is no point in going to Calcutta every day, like journeying for 2 hours, 3 hours, wasting that time where there is no class going to be conducted, or where there is so much politics, or there is no point in staying in a mess or a hostel and having so much expense. That is not a great idea. Rather, you should save the time, because degrees are the same. Degrees are given by universities. It doesn't matter from which college you are, as long as it is not the most prestigious colleges. I mean, these names matter. Jadavpur, Presidency, these names, Bethune, Brabourne, these names matter a lot. I know, I accept that. If I talk about equality there, that is not, these names matter a lot. I know. Like in school, Ramakrishna Mission matters a lot. That name, only that name matters. So that is a different thing. But beyond those prestigious institutions, all the numerous colleges and institutions there are in our state, they are considered to be equal. I mean, the certificates are given by the university, and the university name only matters. Nobody takes seriously which college are you from. So you have to study on your own. You have to save the distance, save the time. Okay, that is what I should suggest you. Now, whenever you are making a choice between two colleges or two institutions, which one I am going to get admitted to, I would like to give more importance to the library condition rather than to the list of faculty members. Why? Let me tell you my experience. I was a student once, and of course I was a student of a particular university situated in Calcutta. I was directly a student of a university because it was a university under which no colleges were there. So I'm not taking the name of that university, but there were 7 permanent professors and numerous guest lecturers. I am not talking about the guest lecturers, because we shouldn't. The guest lecturers change, and every year or 2 years, the list of guest lecturers change. And even if they are responsible teachers, sometimes or mostly, we do not expect everything from them. Why are there permanent teachers? Permanent teachers are there to, we expect from permanent professors. We should expect from them more than what should we expect from guest lecturers. And among those 7 professors, only 3 of them were responsible teachers who came to class on time, or regularly at least, and who cared about completing the syllabus. The other 4, they were mostly unseen figures inside the classroom. They were there. They were there in the lounge, in the corridor. Sometimes they were not even for months in the university, but they were never in class. And when I teach students, what experience I get from their stories, I feel that I was lucky. I was fortunate that I had three responsible teachers. They are not having, that many. In some colleges, they tell me that they have one teacher who comes to class. So this is what is the experience that is going to come to you. I know you are hopeful, you are young, you are looking at college life with bright eyes and brilliant hopes. And this college life will make you, if you are a serious student, this college life will make you somewhat, suffocate with indiscipline and irresponsible mannerisms. I mean, first they will not take classes enough, then they will just a week before exam, they will just tell you that there is an exam in front of you. They are like that most of the time. So you cannot rely on an institution, and especially faculty members and their degrees, and big names are there. Of course, a big name, a great professor with so many degrees and so many distinctions. But you see what happens most of the time, these great scholars go to some lectures or some seminars, elsewhere. We had I saw some of this kind of teachers, some teachers who were for most of the time out of station, abroad, or somewhere else in some other state, or somewhere giving lectures and everything. We didn't get them in our classes for most of the time, and that doesn't help us. Only you cannot learn from a big name. You can only learn from someone who is there present to talk to you, to communicate, to make you understand things. And if that teacher doesn't have a big credentials and everything, it doesn't matter, as long as you understand the topic well. That is essential. Okay, so I would tell you to focus on the library, because most of the time if you go to the college and the classes are not there, what can you do? You cannot waste the time. You should not. If you are a serious student, you have headache, that you have worries, that you are from a struggling family, you have to do something in your life, and the academic career is something of importance to you, then you cannot just sit there doing nothing and taking part in adda and going to cinemas. No, you have to study, you have to use that time. And what can you do? You have to go to the library. So the library is the actual thing that should be given the importance when choosing a college. And the distance. Do not always, distance means cost of of course a journey cost, and more precious, the cost of time. Going to somewhere, dressing up, going to somewhere, and wasting a day without classes, and coming back being tired. This is something that you should not do casually. You should not take casually. So please focus on the distance. The distance is a great expense. So only take that expense if you are going to a great college, really great college. You have got some reviews from seniors that yes, this college is good, classes are held regularly, and everyone is responsible. You will have a good, pleasant experience as a serious student there, then you can take that distance easily. But if you are going to the average college, I mean all the colleges that are now, the way they are going, the way they are running, being run, so you shouldn't go to, just because the name is, the city is Calcutta, I should come from a distant district to Calcutta, stay there, and get to some college which is, there is no class, there is nothing, only political slogans and everything. No, that is not what I have come for. I have some other targets, I have some other objectives in life. Okay, so always keep these things in your mind, and I think I have given you some tips which will help you. And be steady, do not worry, because worrying never helps, and take decisions calmly. Do not listen to all the people around you. Whoever is doing whatever, it doesn't matter to you. You are a different person. You are not person A, person B, or anybody else. Do not follow their tracks. That person went to that college with that subject, I should follow that, otherwise my prestige is gone. Look, nobody cares about your prestige. It is all going in our heads. We think that everybody will care about once we succeed. Everybody will, laugh about us once we fail. No, everybody does that for 2 days, 3 days. Then they get another topic. There is news every day available. Their focus will go on a different topic. So you don't have to worry about that. Just be yourself. Look at the mirror and ask yourself what I like to do. What do I like to do? What subject do I want to learn? And what do I want to do in life? What will make me happy? Follow that path. Stay well, stay blessed, and like, share, and subscribe if you can. Thank you.